A lot of people have given Ezekiel hate for saying that Allah is a bloodsucker. But what I want to ask is, what does the Quran and the Hadith teach?
Something happened in Agua Jos Plateau State, 2 days ago on Palm Sunday, and it is very, very horrible. It is a painful experience. It is horrible, and no human being deserves to die in that way. And unfortunately, this has continued to happen, over and over and over again. But in this video, I want to talk about someone. Is an American citizen, I guess. Alex Barbir, I guess. But before I start talking about him, which is quite a sensitive issue, why don't we talk a bit about Jos? Now, even when I was a child, I have been hearing news about violence in Jos. Muslims have killed Christians, Christians have killed Muslims, all those and all that. And it has become very, very important for the government to find a lasting solution to whatever is happening in Jos. But the government itself can do nothing to help the situation unless those people in Jos themselves, they have the intent, they are intentional about finding a lasting solution to these frequent communal clashes. It is not something the government can do alone. The people themselves, the parties, Muslims, Christians, they have to be intentional about peace. Now let's talk about Alex Barbir, which I think is his name. Yeah, he's an American citizen. From my research, some have called him a U.S. soldier. Some said he's a mercenary, others and all that. It could be whoever they call him. But this matter is really quite sensitive. Why? Because evangelist Dakomo Ezekiel, as well as Alex and Barbir, they got this religious sentiment, which is for the Christians, and that does make it very, very difficult for me being a Muslim to talk about. We know that Chomo, he raised the flag of a Christian genocide, that Christians have been killed in the country, and then there were counter narratives that it's not just Christians that are being killed in the country, even Muslims as well. I mean, I'm a Muslim. I can't say I want to go to some places in the north, and I'll be very, very confident that as a Muslim, my alleged brothers in the religion would not kill me because I'm a Muslim who will practice the same faith, which brings us to just a reasonable rebuter to the fact that these guys are not Muslims and they are not promoting the cause of Islam. Now that Chomo raised that flag of Christian genocide, and now we have Alex himself. He has been in Nigeria for a while now, and he's been saying a lot about Islam, about Muslims, and about the killing of Christians. And how best will I talk, or how best will I caution anyone about this person without sounding like Islam is fighting back, without sounding like, oh, Muslims have gathered themselves to fight this person because he's a Christian or he's fighting on behalf of the Christians. For the record, I've gotten Christians in my family. I've gotten Christians as friends. And there's no way, in no absolute sense, will I support anyone targeting Christians, killing them. It makes no sense. Now let's talk about Alex and Barbir. I'm going to play one of these videos. Firstly, this was immediately after the attack in Jos. Okay, he said.
Kabul. Yeah. Just murdered over 10 people. Yeah. Innocent Christians. Yeah. On Palm Sunday. Yeah. Tanuba, where are you? As your people are slaughtered in the night, as you sit in Aso Rock and you do absolutely nothing, you allow your people to be killed again and again and again and again. When will it stop? When will you hear the cries of Nigerians, of Christians? You can no longer deny genocide. They're being slaughtered. And you say there's no issue. You will regret what you are doing.
All right. So that's Alex Barbir, which now that's a very, very horrible and painful scene where lots of people have been murdered in Jos. But now what Alex said was innocent Christians. Not less than 27 people were killed in Jos on that day. And it is not just Christians that were killed. Muslims were included. But Alex on his own, he said that innocent Christians. How about the Muslims? And the funniest thing now, he said Tinubu would regret what he's doing. I don't want to put myself in the position where I will be defending the government or being like the voice of the government. Whether it makes sense for someone who is not a Nigerian to come into Nigeria and say the president is going to regret what's doing, I mean, it's left to anyone to just decide. But now there's another important clip I want to show, which is where I'll be cautioning us about Alex. All right, let me look out for this video. Yeah, this is it. Okay.
A lot of people have given Ezekiel hate for saying that Allah is a bloodsucker. But what I want to...
He said that a lot of people have given Pastor Evangelist Ezekiel hate because he said Allah is a bloodsucker. Funny enough, the person behind the camera is a Christian. Now worship Allah, and they said Allah is a bloodsucker, but that this person has been with me now, this person has not died. I have not felt this person's blood to allow the bloodsucker. Let's continue listening.
Ask is, what does the Quran and the Hadith teach? I will not say Allah is a bloodsucker, but I will preach and tell you what the Quran says. Surah 9:29. It says, fight those who disbelieve in Allah. In the Hadith, it says that the greatest form of jihad is religious fighting. So when Fulani come into the village and they chant Allahu Akbar, and they kill your families, it should not be a surprise. When Muslims are commanded to fight those who disbelieve, it's no surprise they seek you. Was this boy a Muslim? Was this boy a Muslim? Have any of the people here been Muslims that have been killed? So why is it that they're only killing Christians? Are they clashing with you? Is this just a clash between farmers and herders? Where are your AK-47s? Are you clashing with the Fulani? You're being innocently slaughtered. And the ones who are in charge of protecting your life are not doing it. Even Christian leaders, they were saying that,
all right, so now first things first, the Quran verses are quoted. We have written refutations against them, made videos against them. Now, these are times of war. It's very important to know. And people like Alex would not quote where Allah said in Surah Al-Mumtahana that only fight those who fight you on account of your religion or drive you away from your homes. If they don't fight you on account of your religion and they don't drive you from your homes, Allah loves those who are just. Allah loves those who deal with justice. Now, this is Alex who has been parading himself around, and again, I must say it is quite unfortunate that those are dead bodies there, innocent people. And this is where the Nigerian government itself might just be blamed. Because if the government had tackled security head on, we would have someone or people like Alex, like Pastor Ezekiel Dachomo, bringing in foreign voices, powers to the country. How can you tell people who are mourning? How can you tell people who are grieving? How can you convince them that whoever is speaking on their behalf is going to do more harm than good? And that's the problem. If I say Alex is this, Alex is that, oh, this is what Alex is up to in Nigeria, all this and all that, the question I will be asked is at least is building homes for those who have been displaced out of their homes in probably Benue or so. At least he's speaking for the innocent Christians that have been killed. What have I done for those Christians? That's the question I will be asked. And what exactly will I say? But as a matter of fact, the fact remains that the people of like Alex, they are going to lead us into further bloodshed. They are going to create further discord between Muslims and Christians in the country. And when these people talk about Islam, they are not looking at the Muslim in Lagos, the Muslim in Osun, the Muslim in Ogun, and the Muslim in several other parts of the country. You see in other videos where they are calling people to take up arms, to defend themselves, kill. I don't really have a problem with that in that sense, because I think that the government cannot defend you, then you should defend yourself. But the narrative that Muslims are killing Christians in the country is dangerous. Because one, both Muslims and Christians, they are just a whole lot. They constitute the major population of the country. And when Christians decide to fight back and they start killing Muslims, innocent Muslims, and then when Muslims decide to also fight back, this country is going to be in disarray. So the Nigerian government must get its act right. It is time to act, not all those campaigns, those manifestos, those lies you guys are telling around. Innocent people are dying. And if we leave the country to people like Alex, if Alex becomes a messiah in our country, we are set for doom.